Welcome to another video from Tailor Made Bees. Today I'm going to be doing a hive inspection on my Flowhive 2 Plus. Right here I've got a bit of sugar water that I've been feeding the bees so they can dry up a bit of comb. I'm just going to give them a little bit of smoke so they're nice and calm. The first thing I'm going to be doing is just removing the lid and the board, and then I'm going to be checking the flow frames. Now I've recently only put these on about a week and a half ago, so I'm just going to check to see how the bees are using it and if they are putting anything or storing any of that honey inside. As I'm inspecting the flow frame, I can see that the bees have started to put a little bit of wax in between and filling those little gaps up, and then I assume they'll be getting ready to fill them up with the honey. Now since I've removed the super box, I'm removing the queen excluder. That's just to stop the queen from coming through into the top box, so only honey is going to get stored in the top box. That little silver tray is my hive beetle trap that I'm going to remove, and I need to refill that and put that back in at a later date. You can see that I'm using my hive tool to move the frames over a little bit, so then I can get my gloves in and pick up the frame. This first frame is a plastic frame, and I want to see if the bees are building foundation on it. The bees haven't quite filled out this plastic frame as what I'd like them to, so I'm going to have to come back to this hive and I'm going to fix it up, and I'm going to get some more wax and try to put some more wax in there to see if they can fill it up properly and make it more consistent. You can see that they have stored a bit of honey in there already, and as I pulled the frame up, it squished a little bit of that honey, and you can see the bees are trying to collect all that honey and stop it from dripping away. Once I remove the first frame, all the other frames are a little bit easier to pull out. It gives me a little bit more room. I just put the first frame on the ground, and then I can go along and start looking at all the other frames. There's a lot of honey stored at the top of this frame, and then I'm looking to see that there's trying to find the queen, but also looking at all the different patterns of the brood and different things and eggs, and see what the bees are actually storing in each little cell. Sometimes the bees just need a little shake off so I can start to see it all properly. I'm holding it up and so I can see it in the direct sunlight and see in and all those individual little cells and see what's going on and see what the bees are doing and see what the queen's doing and making sure the queen is still laying eggs. Now here's another one of my plastic frames. You can see that the queen has laid some eggs in here and they have capped them. So this one's going to be a little bit more challenging to fix up with the honeycomb. Hopefully I can put a bit of wax along the sides and maybe drip some or paint some wax on. And hopefully they'll draw it up so it all looks much better and much cleaner. Every frame I pull out, I'm trying to find that queen. I'm putting it up to the sun so I can see the queen better. The queen has a red dot. Because it's a 2023 queen, it will have a red dot on it. Here's one of my other plastic frames. As you can see, it's quite not filled up how I thought it would be. Last time I checked the hive, they were filled up a little bit more, and I thought the bees would finish it off, and I had to put on the super because I was going away and I didn't want the bees to be overcrowded and not have enough space. As you can see, we've got a pretty strong hive. There's lots and lots of bees, lots of capped brood, and eggs in the little cells that I can see when I hold it up to the sunlight. We've got a little bit of honey stored at the top of the frame, and it does stick out a little bit, but I'm not too concerned about it at this stage. And on this frame I can see a little bit of bee bread and a bit of pollen. There was even one bee had heaps of pollen on its little legs and it was putting it all in. And as you can see, some more capped brood there. And I can see lots of little fluffy little bees that have only just emerged. I'm really happy to see how the queen is going. She's laying lots of eggs and all the bees seem to be loving her, so I'm really happy with this hive inspection. I'm going to be doing another hive inspection soon. I'm going to be doing a aroma mite check, and then yeah, just going to log that check as well. Now I'm just making sure that I got all the frames back in the correct order. It's really important to make sure that you put them back in the right order so the bees know exactly which frame's which and where to go to keep laying the eggs and things like that. I'm going to put my last little frame in. I can see there's a bunch of bees just at the base of that. So I'm just going to give them one big shake so I can then slide the frame back in. Now I'm just going to do everything in reverse and put all the things back on. You notice that I haven't put the hive beetle trap back in, as I'm going to fill that back up and put some more oil in there, and then I'm going to put it back in the frame very soon. Putting back on the flow frames. Now with my Flowhive 2, I've put some nice timber oil on it to give it that really nice deep colour, and hopefully it will prevent the water getting in and eating out the wood. As I'm closing the hive up, I'm making sure that all the boxes are lined up perfectly and the queen excluder is not sticking out one side, so any water will go in. And then I'm going to put the lid back on and make sure it's all properly put on. Thank you for watching Tailor Made Bees, and please like and subscribe to watch more videos of the Flowhive 2 Plus.